All right. Hello. Wow, I said I was gonna continue freaking The Last of Us on Monday, but holy moly, it has been way busier this week. So I figured I'm just going to drop into some Call of Duty because why not, honestly? Because I was like, ugh, I don't know. And I mean, shit, even today, it's not gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a pretty short stream today as well, unfortunately. But we're gonna work with what we got. Now I just gotta figure out what map I'm actually gonna play. I don't think I do Containment Breach, because Containment Breach is a bitch to play. And I think I still got stuck on one spot on it, actually. Even when I was playing it by myself. Sorry, I'm just responding to a text message. I should probably just select one, honestly. I'm not gonna have long, so. Fuck, I don't know. We'll do more like a challenge map. How about that? So we'll do, fuck, I don't know, man. How about some, no, that doesn't sound fun. I feel like Origins just takes too long. Fuck it. We'll see how far we can get in Revelations. I didn't even have it pulled up on here, the chat, so let me do that, because I completely forgot. There we go. Whoa. The subtitles. Oh shit. Okay, I just want to like skip this though. Awesome. Alright, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even really know what I wanted to rant about. Because I was just like, fuck it, man. You know? I was just gonna rant about some random shit. I mean, honestly, something I did want to rant about is The Last of Us. So, spoilers for that, like from here on. Spoilers for... Well, okay, this is just a preemptive warning. Spoilers for The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. And possible spoilers for Dying Light. I mean, I don't even know what I would say about Dying Light to even fucking spoil it. But, you know, preemptive warning. I have been talking a lot about, or I guess with people, about, like, The Last of Us recently. And I just find it so weird how, like, people take away the, kind of the meaning of Joel's, like, what do you call it? Joel's, fucking, basically sacrifice of, like, humanity. You know? Like, like, people talk about, oh, yeah, like, you know, we don't know if, like, you know, they would actually made a cure. They don't know if, but it's like, I feel like I don't know, it just feels weird to base a claim like that off of real science. But then at that point, why not just base the entire game off of science? You know what I mean? It just feels very, like, I don't know what to call it exactly. Very picky, I guess, to kind of call out like one moment in the game that seems unrealistic comparatively, when like if we're talking realistically, like if we wanted to be real and not just say like, because obviously they say realism because science and whatnot, but I just mean like if we're gonna be real with the science, I mean, first of all, the Last of Us show wouldn't even like, be a thing. I mean, I just mean like the game obviously too, like, the cordyceps wouldn't be like a thing. So I don't know, I like when the entire game, like the entire point of the game is telling you that Ellie is the cure, like they will make a cure, like everything is pointing and telling you that, hey, this is the goal of the game, like this is your goal of the game. And then when you get to that point, it is stopped. Like the entire game, every character is telling you that this is going to happen, and then to just ignore that, like ignore what the entire game, like the author, and I don't even mean when the author apparently recently came out and said that, oh yeah, they were 100% gonna make a cure. Like I mean before even that, like the entire game itself tells you that this cure is gonna happen. Like the entire game, like every character says that they are going to make a cure. You know what I mean? Like anyone you interact with, like the group, even into the second game, like Joel's talking about it. Like I don't know, the heavy implications of the first game kind of imply that they were going to make a cure. Like it's kind of no question that they were going to make a cure. Like, yes, the science is shaky that they were going to make a cure. Like, I obviously agree with that, but I feel like you can't base it off of real science, because then would you not have to base everything off of realism? If you're gonna base this one section off of realism, I feel like it's only fair to base other points of the game off of realism. Like, especially if we're talking about the game, like Ellie sneaking out of freaking the what was his face, like Dave's place, and fucking like killing a bunch of people during there. I mean, I guess I don't even know if that actually happened like canon wise, but I know in the game, like you sneak around, the little town and you kill like some of Dave's people and whatnot. So, like, we're not going to talk about that. Like, that is not real. Like, that is, no. I mean, even Joel, like, macheting a fucking bloater, like, that was kind of insane as well. Like, this thing that breaks through walls easily, that tanks bullets, like, AR, shotgun bullets, like, it tanks all this stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like even that moment, like, it was unrealistic, but it was cool, and it did happen. Like, the story said it happened, so it happened. Like, and it's like, I feel like in a story, especially fiction-wise, it's not even that far off. You could say, oh yeah, the bloater got weakened from all the damage they already did to it. That's how Joel was able to, like, even do that. So, like, sure. But, I mean, and even, like, saying, I don't know, like, just there's just so much. I'm trying to think of other examples of just like realness. Like, I mean, Joel killing all these people and being the way he is at like 60 fucking plus years old, being like this absolute unit, is also pretty insane. Considering there's also no medicine. I mean, also, if we want to talk about realism and realistic medicine, again, like, at all, I mean, hell, no kids, Ellie shouldn't have probably even been born. I mean, like, unless they have the medicine. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Fedra has exactly. So, I mean, don't take this for freaking everything. But, like, do they even have vaccines like that? Like, I know they have the shit to, like, kill someone, but that's, like, fairly... I feel like that's not nearly as hard to make than, like, a fucking, like, a flu vaccine, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have that type of shit. Like, you're telling me they have measles, and if they do, actually, if they do have measles and flu vaccines and all that sort of jazz 20 years in, I feel like it almost is a flawed argument to say that the Fireflies could not have made a cure. Because my whole thing is that, I don't know, my whole thing is that, like, I'm trying to, like, I don't know, I'm also getting distracted. Let me pause for a second just to gather my thoughts. Okay, yes, if Fedra could do this, I know that Fireflies were, like, obviously, like, weaker than them in that prospect, but, like them not being able to get it at all is kind of insane. And also, I realistically don't think that they would be super gentle with Ellie either. Like, it's not like he has to cut out a tumor in her brain, like, very, you know, carefully, because it's gonna kill her anyways. So I really do think that if they wanted to get this without possibly damaging the the mutation, the tumor or whatever in her head that makes her immune, they would just cut her whole damn brain out. Or cut a fat chunk out of her brain so that there's no way you miss it. You know what I mean? Like a fat fucking chunk so that there's absolutely no way that they fuck it up. And then they just duplicate the thing from there. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was just kind of like my main arguing point, is that, like, if you're gonna say realism for this one part of the game, what the fuck, then I feel like you kind of have to make that argument for other parts, if not the rest of the game, because it's not really fair to call bullshit realism, like, in this one part, and say, what if this happened? What if, like, what if they couldn't mass produce it? Like, what if, you know, like, even if the Fireflies could only make enough and only fucking make the cure and only supply it to the Fireflies themselves, that is still good. Like, honestly, that is, like, it's still one life versus, like, I know that sounds cold, but, like, realistically, it is one life versus dozens upon generations upon hundreds upon, like, you know what I mean? Like, because the thing about The Last of Us, or just really any zombies, is that the main fucking problem is that if you get bit or scratched by the infected, you just die. You're guaranteed dead unless you chop off the limb really quickly. But if you're immune, you just get bit or scratched and you're fine. You're literally fine. You can just live through that. Like, as long as the bite or whatever doesn't get infected from, you know, that shit, which, I mean, I guess no one really seems to be worried about, considering they're gonna die anyways. But, I mean, like, I feel like hardly any of the shows or anything replicate that. Shows or movies, I feel like, replicate it being, like, the shit getting infected. But I feel like that's still, assuming that we're going off of it just, like, you know, you're fine, basically. I don't know. I think it's still, like, getting bit and then being able to live that, like, there's actually a way bigger chance, I feel like, of you living that, considering people are even still alive and get cuts and scratches and they live through the infections and everything. Like, people, they have stuff to fight that. Like, people have antibiotics. Like, even Dave's group had them, and I feel like their group was not even big like that. So I know Fedra and stuff would have them. The Fireflies would probably have them. Like, antibiotics to just fight off infections from, you know, shit like that. So if they did have stuff like that, then that immediately makes it where, let's say, even if it's just those 20 or whatever people, the Fireflies, boom, they're all immune now. They're all now immune to the virus, and they can get bit, they can get scratched, and they can have kids, and possibly, if they have kids, because obviously, you know, we never saw this. Assumingly, they would also be immune. But if not, then they, either way, if they don't, then they get the vaccine as well, and they are now immune. Like, they are now immune to the virus, and they can't get, you know, just killed by a bite or a scratch. And, I mean, I know there is a chance that raiders come by and, like, you know, take their shit. But again, that's a big what if versus a they were going to make a cure. So I don't know, I feel like, and the likelihood of them, like, I don't know, the likelihood, oh shit, the likelihood of them letting that happen, because I know Joel took them all out, I know that, but it's because he's the main character. If he wasn't the main character, Joel would have gotten fucking murdered, like, or sorry, he would have gotten, like, killed practically immediately. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's just not, like, realistically, he was probably not taking out a whole hospital like that, because they would have pushed in on him or something, or done just about anything, and they would have, you know, gotten him. So, you know, just stuff like that. I feel like it's just a little inconsistent. Not really fair, I guess, to do these certain judgments off of certain things and then not have that same exact logic towards the rest of. I feel like that's just gonna be applied to anything. It's just kind of like, if you're gonna apply this logic to this thing, you need to apply that same logic to the rest. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to, like, apply it for one part and then not the rest. Is that gonna even hit? Am I a goat or am I not a goat? Oh shit. I'm not a goat. I missed it. Oh my god, did I miss this one too? What the hell? Oh my god, I whiffed it twice. That's crazy. No way, I missed it again. Please. Oh my god, okay, I need to go closer. But, I mean, yeah. That's kind of my main rant about The Last of Us. Is obviously just that whole thing. I mean, that's just talking about the cure. I mean, shit. Okay, I got it. Awesome. Okay, I got that one. Damn, almost out of ammo. I need to, like, perfect these other ones.
I fear the souls of the damned still haunt this place. Trapped.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Honestly, I have another Last of Us rant. That one is more based on the second game. And I mean, starting off... Oh, fuck. I don't have points. Oh, shit. Starting off with that one, I mean... Shit. Realistically, with all the stuff Joel did in the past, like, I mean, he kind of... There's obviously big spoilers, big spoilers. Joel kind of had it coming, if we're being so for real right now. If we're not just talking about, you know, our emotional connection with Joel, like, he kind of had it coming. Oh my god, yo, what the fuck? Oh my god, okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, they talked about Joel and Tommy, again, in the, oh yeah, even in the show, actually, they mention the fact that Joel and Tommy, they've straight killed innocents. Like, they have, like, I know it's for survival and everything, but at the end of the day, they have still killed innocents, tortured, ambushed. Like, they have been the raiders at the end of the day. Like, they have done it. So, like, and I mean, obviously, he stopped the fucking cure to mankind. I mean, that is obviously a given. Oh, shit. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean... Just, yeah.
I would never refuse such generosity.
I mean, that's kind of the main point. Is like Joel. I mean, I think Abby, you know, justified crash out to say the least. Anyone saying that she didn't have a justified crash out is kind of like nuts. I do understand the point though that like, yes, she did not have to watch her father figure get tortured, which I do get that point. Like I do. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we're restarting. I do get that point. Oh wait, can I not restart it from here? No, I can't. Okay. But oh yeah, sorry. I do get that point. But you know, she didn't also intend for that to happen in the first place, because really she was beating him. But I do think that the torturing and the beating to Joel, at the end of the day, with who Joel was as a fucking like person, I feel like at the end of the day, bro, that was just karma, like built up over time. Like I know that after The Last of Us Part 1, he tries to be like a better father. He tries to be a better person in general. Like he tries, but the point is that doesn't take away from all the shit he did for years and all the, I mean, I'm not even talking about all the people he killed in self-defense. Like that's sure, that's self-defense. I mean, that's, you know, you were defending yourself, you know, like that's, I'm not even talking about that because that wouldn't really be fair to like judge that, of course. Let's play, I don't even know. Yeah, it's not even gonna matter a whole lot. Oh, we just play something simple, like, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just like, with all the people he had killed and everything, like, innocents, I mean, we don't even know. Even if it's, like, 2 or 3 innocents, like, even today, if someone did that, we would want them in prison for life. Like, we would want them in prison for life. Like, for as long as they possibly could be in prison. Like, you wouldn't want them out there, you know what I mean? Oh my god, this thing is on, like, full brightness because the power went out. Okay. Oh god, no, I'm turning that down again. Sorry. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, I keep forgetting where I'm at in these rants, or in this rant. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, I also do know that it was to survive, but I feel like they could have done it other ways. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I feel like there's always a choice. Oh my god, brother. I feel like there's always a choice at the end of the day. Like, and he chose to attack the innocents because that was, like, the easy thing. Or I guess the easier thing, I guess. I mean, obviously you don't want to starve. Obviously you don't want to, you know, be struggling a whole lot. And they already were, which is probably why they did it. I don't know. I mean, from anyone else's point of view, like, he's still the bad guy. Like, you're still the bad guy for killing the innocents. Like, when we're playing The Last of Us and we get attacked by a group of raiders and everything, we assume they are the bad guys. Even if they are attacking us out of desperation for food or supplies or whatever it is, we don't care because they attacked us unprovoked. They attacked us for our shit. And even though it could be out of desperation or the need to survive, they're still bad. I feel like, I know that's obvious, but I feel like some people don't get that. Is like that you're still a bad guy. Like, just because you were doing it out of desperation doesn't mean that you didn't still inflict harm and kill innocents, which still in turn makes you bad. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like she didn't, going back to, like, Abby, I mean, I feel like she didn't intend for, obviously, freaking anyone to watch, because, I mean, they beat Joel or not Joel, they beat Tommy immediately and knocked him out. So he didn't even watch. He saw their patches and everything, but he didn't watch, and they didn't expect Ellie to be there. So, again, kind of unexpected. And then when someone did show up, I mean, I know it's because Owen was saying as well, like, oh, before the whole town's on top of us. But then they were like, end it now. Which, I mean, I know that sucks, seeing that even final moment, but at least she didn't watch the whole thing? I don't know, man. I know it's still not, like, it is super fucked up, because at the end of the day, Joel just, like, bam, and that was kind of it. That was over. But, no, it doesn't, actually, what makes me a little upset and mad is the fact that trying to justify Joel by saying, like, he doesn't know and everything, but then also saying the fact that he, just trying to say the fact that, like, the doctor's at fault for getting killed because of the fact that he pulled up a scalpel. Like, are we dead ass? I don't know. I feel like that's also not a fair argument because, I mean, this is still the cure to mankind, like, sitting right there. And also, like, knowing Joel in the game especially, this dude could have just disarmed him at the end of the day. Like, I know he was in that mindset or whatever, you know, he was killing people and whatnot. But, again, that still makes him a bad person for just killing him instead of trying to disarm him or anything. Because he very easily could have. I guarantee you in the game, or hell, even in the show, he's like like that doctor ain't a fighter like that. I guarantee you he could have disarmed him, or hell, shot him in the hand, or shot him in the leg. Actually anything else other than just straight killing him. But he didn't. Like, I feel like that's the thing, though, is the fact that he didn't. So, I don't know, man. I mean, Joel freaking sacrificed the world for, you know, Ellie. But again, I do want to go back to that point again. Like, if we just say that, like, oh, you know, they were just going to kill an innocent girl, we don't know if they were going to make a cure, you know, what if they got attacked by raiders, what if, you know, infected, or, like, you know, whatever it is, like, in saying that it would fail, takes away from the message the entire game is trying to tell you, and takes away from the sacrifice, or not the sacrifice, takes away from the importance of Joel's decision. Because if you take that away, then you can completely justify Joel's actions. But that's not, I feel like, the point. You're supposed to be like, fuck, bro. Like, you really just did I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where you're not necessarily supposed to agree with him. You know, I don't know. I don't feel like you're really supposed to agree with Joel in his sacrifice. Because, again, I've even said this multiple times, is that if the whole thing would have been solved, if they literally just let Ellie wake up and they, what do you call it? They let Ellie wake up and they let Joel and Ellie talk one last time. That would have literally solved the entire thing, because Ellie, I guarantee, would have been able to talk him down, because she would have been like, no, you know, this is what we came here for, you know, like, let me do this, you know what I mean, like, all that sort of jazz. I feel like he would have, you know, been more like, okay with it, but also just, like, you know, him losing another daughter, especially out of his control again, you know what I mean, like, I feel like that is what especially did it in. I feel like all they had to do was just have her awake, and it would have been more in their control, or in his control, and I feel like would have solved everything. Literally would have been fine. But alas, that's not what they did. Oh my god, it's really in that room. That's kind of cringe.
Makes me fear of the light.
I don't want to open that. Fuck it. I might just open it. I don't know. I don't really want to open that door. I feel like just taking away from that big moment just kind of makes it meaningless. Like saying what if, it makes the moment meaningless because like, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of just repeating myself at this point, but I do want to know, like, if anyone watches this that has that argument, what makes Joel's decision even important at that point? If any time you say they were going to make a cure, you say, we don't know that for sure. Immediately that takes away the fucking point. The point. Because if they weren't going to make a cure, like, my whole thing is, if they weren't going to make a cure, then all that was going to happen is they were just going to kill this little girl. That's all that was going to happen then. But that's not what was going to happen. And I know it's fucked up what the Fireflies are doing. I'm not saying it's not. But they were going to make a cure. Like, that's the point. Because if they didn't, and if they weren't going to, even though the entire game is telling you, like everything is telling you that they're going to make a cure, then there's no importance or stakes or loss, I feel like, in, you know, that moment when he decides to make that choice. I don't know. I mean, again, I feel like I'm just kind of repeating myself at that point, so I might move on. I don't know. All right. Holy shit, there's a lot more than I thought. Oh, fuck. Jesus, that almost killed me. I'm like, I know I'm... Jesus. Okay, awesome. One crawler. Oh. Ah, damn it. Okay. No, I don't have PhD on this map. Okay. I mean, kind of same thing, honestly, in the next game. I mean, even Ellie isn't even in the right, necessarily. I mean, not necessarily, like, again, justified crash out, but, again, big but, her killing all those WLF, like, people, again, this is in the game, because in the show, again, show spoilers, Last of Us Season 2, show spoilers, in the show, she didn't kill, like, anyone. She killed one WLF person. I'm trying to think. She killed Nora. And then who else did she even kill? Oh, wait. She killed Owen and Mel. So that happened. So that's, like... But then Owen and Mel, that was a fucking... I hate that they made it an accident. That was stupid as shit. That was so dumb. I just did not like that change at all.
I will use my bare hands.
Really? Sure. I mean, yeah, even her, like, again, in the game, because, again, in the show, other than Nora, I feel like she didn't do anything that crazy. I don't know. Because I'm trying to think back, like, in the show, yeah, she killed one WLF, and I feel like that, yeah, the WLF was gonna kill them anyways. Like, they were gonna fight and kill them. But I know in the game as well they were going to, but the amount she killed, I feel like she could have waited it out, gang. I don't know. I feel like she could have done something else. Ow. Like anything but that, gang. Motherfucker. Actually, honestly, good. I don't want it in this spawn anymore. In plain sight. I know I've been just kind of wanting to outwardly talk about this for a bit now, because I feel like, you know, I've I've ranted to it enough. No way. Oh my god. What? I was literally just waiting for this thing. I ranted about it enough to my girlfriend, so you know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I've already kind of made most of my points, other than with like Abby and everything. I mean, like shit. I mean, yeah, getting like, I feel like Abby's like, bro, that shit was just so much worse. I mean, Ellie comes in, like Ellie Pryor didn't do anything because she was just a little girl, you know. Obviously, she's not at fault for like anything that happened there, but the father figure of that immune girl, freaking kills her dad. So she spends the next years like training and just working out to not feel this guilt or like, you know, or not guilt, I guess, but this sadness. And she, you know, trying to fight out the sadness, but also train to like kill Joel and everything. Then she finally does it, and I don't even think it satisfied her like that. Like she still just didn't feel the best from what I can remember. Again, I haven't, you know, if you've been watching, you know that I'm not on Abby's days yet. Again, I have played the game before, but that has been years by now that I haven't. Jesus. Oh, damn. But yeah, that's basically been like years at this point now that I haven't played it. So, like, from what I remember, like, it doesn't even fulfill her like that, which, I mean, that sucks for her, I guess, but, I mean, you still did go and kill someone, but, I mean, again, you also killed the person that killed your father, but then you do that thinking justified, bam, sure, and then this motherfucker comes back, or Tommy and Ellie come back, they start killing dozens upon dozens of people for one person, which again, I know it's an emotional connection, but still, at the end of the day, dozens upon dozens of people, like, for this one person, you don't even know, like, they don't even know why. They don't even know who the people that are doing this are. Keep that in mind. They just think these random trespassers are coming in and just fucking murdering everyone. Like, that is wild to think about, that they didn't even, like, they obviously don't know who is doing this shit until, like, you know, Nora finds out, but then it's, you know, too late for her. But then, yeah, they killed all the WLF, and then for Abby specifically, Ellie kills all of her friends, or I guess and Tommy kills, like, 2 of them, I think. So, like, literally all of her friends and everything, like, fuck, bro. Like, what do you even do at that point? You lose all your friends, you have one person left, which is Lev. Please, one more. Nah, fuck. You have one person left, which is Lev at that point. And it's like, dude, that's just so sad, man. So freaking sad. It's like that is so much worse. Like, you just lost all your friends, a bunch of I mean, I guess for her, not really, for Abby, the WLF don't even matter as soon as, like, you know, she, you know, connects with Lev. Are we dead ass, really? But I mean, still, you probably knew some of them, so it still hurts probably on some level. But I mean, again, it's just so much worse. And then even Ellie, like, so much on this revenge trip that she just is like, it's literally affecting her relationships, like with Dina and Jesse and everyone, like, because she's just not stopping no matter what. And yeah, I mean, fuck, it's just like, yikes, bro. Like, it's just so much worse, man.
Foul creature.
Trying to think of what I was leading into another point, I thought, but I think I forgot. And honestly, I think I'll move on from that point, but you know, like I said, Abby's situation I feel like is much worse comparatively. I mean, I know it being worse doesn't make it like more justifiable, I guess, or you know. I think if you're not going off of any emotion though, like no emotion, you're going off of like, I guess more logic. Like Abby had a way more justified crash out, I feel like, than Ellie did. I know Ellie watched, which that fucking sucks. I do know that sucks. But on the other hand, she only went and killed Joel. That's it. She just went, got her revenge, and that was it. Ellie, on the other hand, went, killed, again, dozens or hundreds, I forget what it is canonically, how many Ellie killed in Seattle. But she does all that, and then, like, kills all of her friends. Like, what? Kills all of her friends, and then doesn't even end up killing Abby. Doesn't even end up killing Abby at the end of the day, which is wild. Which, I mean, I do get it. Like, I know, like, at the end of the game, that's been a while at that point. I mean, shit. Which, I mean, I just love that, honestly. Just the fact that she realizes that she doesn't have to get this revenge, and she, you know, in that thing, like, in that moment, she ends that cycle of violence. Like, she ends it at the end of the day, because then, shit, if that happened, I mean, I don't even know if Lev would have survived, realistically. But if Lev did survive, she probably would have come hunting down Ellie again as well. And then it would have been a whole thing again. But in that moment, I feel like she actually ended it, which I feel like is good character growth for her. Like, she realizes that to, like, you know, remember Joel the proper way, like, not just in his final moments. Like, she doesn't have to do this to do that, you know what I mean? Like, so she stops. Like, she realizes that and she stops, which I feel like is just mwah. Because I feel like at the end of the day, especially during that whole thing, like, that whole fight sequence, okay, we're talking about the end of The Last of Us now. I mean, I feel like this should be very obvious. I mean, I already said spoilers for it, but if you, for some reason, are still here. I feel like that whole sequence was just so good. Like, so well made. I mean, fuck. It being like, bro, like, Abby is dehydrated, hungry, tired, sunburned, fucking, like, so many weakened states. Ellie is injured. Like, Ellie is stabbed. She is weak at this point. She is literally bleeding out. She can't even get over the ledge to fucking climb over to follow Abby. And she has to do it a second time just to keep following her. She, like, just that desperation of wanting it that bad. Like, wanting it so bad that you don't care about your own physical well-being, I feel like was just written so well. And then, like, Abby doesn't even want to fight anymore. She's like, dude, fuck off. Like, I just don't, like, we don't even have to do this. Like, why are we doing this anymore? Because, again, keep in mind, at this point in the game, Dina was a little pregnant in Seattle. Dina was a little bit pregnant. Like, you couldn't really see her stomach, at least, again, from, like, I mean, again, unless that's just the creator's mistake. But you can't even really see her stomach like that. But then, when we skip JJ is born, not only born, he looks big. Like, he looks, I don't know, he doesn't look like a toddler, like a newborn. He at least looks, at minimum, if you want to say like a minimum time skip, a few months old. But I realistically, I don't know, it looks longer than that to me, but we'll just say a few months. So at minimum, I think like, what? That means it had to have been like 8 months at least, because I mean, counting Seattle, and then, you know, I mean, because she said she was like late a few weeks on her thing, and then Seattle happens, and then I'm surprised that JJ didn't die, to be honest with you, like with all the shit that Dina went through. But I mean, well, I guess really just at the end, like the theater fight is what I mean. But I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's been like, I feel like damn near a year, if not over that, like at that point. I don't know if they actually specify, I forget if they actually specify, but keep in mind they had to, obviously Dina had to give birth, which obviously means they had to go back to Jackson, which I mean they might have even rested in the theater a few days because they just got their fucking asses beat by Abby. So like, but again, let's not even assume that. Let's assume literally the next day they got their asses up and they just went to Jackson. They left because they realized Abby is like gone. She left at this point. Like, you can't really keep going at this point. Even then, so it would take a few months, I think, to get back, or maybe not a few months. Maybe if like, I feel like it would take like a few months, because I mean you're traveling like across the damn country. But I'm gonna pop this shit. But I mean, yeah, you have to travel across the damn country just to go, and then they probably hung out in Jackson for a bit. Then they probably fucking, oh god. After Jackson, then they went and moved to this place that they're at now, the little hometown. And even with that, they had to get animals there, which I don't know at what point they would have done that. But they have animals there, so I mean, it would have taken them time to get animals. It seems like they already had a routine down and everything, you know, for doing everything, like grabbing the eggs and everything, and, you know, probably tending to, I forgot what else they had. Did they have chickens and other shit? I think they had other animals, I thought, there as well. What the hell? Damn, really? They were all like so spread out. But I mean, yeah, it had been like, I feel like a year, honestly. We could just round it to a year. It probably, I feel like, been more than that because of JJ being born, and again, he looks months old. So I do feel like it was possibly longer than that. I mean, obviously correct me if I'm wrong. But like, let's say even if it's like a year, or even hell, if we said it was 10 months, so not even a year, like 9 months, so like freaking Dina gave birth not even that long ago. I mean, even a year, she didn't give birth that long ago. But I mean, shit, I mean, 9 months, and then she goes all the way back to Santa Barbara after hearing a hint that they could be there. A hint that they could be there. Then again, keep in mind, she left, had to travel there for, again, I feel like you could minimum say like a month just on the road, which I feel like it was probably longer than that. Like, I don't know, even on horseback, like, I don't know, like having to use a physical map your entire way there. And keep in mind, she's so desperate at this point. She left her family, and on top of that, she stayed. Like, every single day that passed, she had the choice of turning back. Every single day that passed that she was traveling, she had the choice to turn back, but she didn't, because she was so desperate to get Abby, which is like nuts. What the hell, that guy just tanked that shit. I love that scene so much though, like that end fight scene between Abby and Ellie. Just showing that Abby really just doesn't want to fight and Ellie's desperation to fight. Crazy. Like, actually crazy. I know that people wanted Ellie to kill Abby, but then I feel like it would have just, like... I know, because then you could say, like, oh, well, you know, went full circle. But, like, at the end of the day, like, Ellie did worse. Ellie at that point had already done, like, worse. Not worse than probably... I don't know, I guess. Because, again, we see what Ellie does. We don't see what Joel did in his past. But Joel also has 20 years of experience. So, I mean, shit. I wouldn't doubt that he's killed more at that point. Or, like, you know... I wouldn't doubt that he's killed more and done worse shit. But, yeah, I mean... yeah. What was I saying? I'm like, I have to pause because I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I mean, I think just worse than, like, what Abby did. Or worse than what Abby did specifically, I guess. Because, again, keep in mind, Abby only killed Joel. Only killed Joel, and she left. I know they hit Tommy. They did hit Ellie a bit. But, I mean, obviously, I mean, again, this isn't even, like, defending it. Because, I mean, obviously, again, it was still a bad thing to do to go kill someone. But they obviously, they didn't even kill Tommy. Which, again, they could have. I mean, realistically, they probably should have. Because Tommy ended up killing some of them. So... realistically, they probably... I feel like it would have almost been more humane, in a way. I don't know about that. Because, I mean, he still has a wife and everything. You know, wife, kid, all that. So, I mean, shit. I don't think it would be more humane than that. But, I mean, shit. Having to, like, wake up and see your dead brother there, bro. Oh, my God. Could not imagine. That'd actually be horrible. But I mean, again, I think comparatively, Ellie just did way worse, man. And it's like not close. Because Abby did it for a reason. So what Abby did kind of basically made them even to some degree. Because he killed her dad. She killed her dad. So now you guys are even. Now you guys are even. But then, you know, obviously, you know. She went and did all that. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's kind of it to say. I don't really know what else to go off of at that point. I mean, just saying that I think at the end of the day, Abby was more justified than Ellie was. Overall, because obviously it's extremely justified to see that happen and crash out. But dragging all the WLF people into it, that is kind of where it, you know, that is kind of where it bends to where it's like, are you really the good guy here in this scenario? Which I feel like you're not really supposed to think that he's the good guy. I think at like around 20, I think I'll probably be heading off. I mean, shit, I let Ryan to about The Last of Us the entire time. I didn't even think I would. I mean, with distractions, of course, but still. I do think that The Last of Us, though, like, just both of them, beautifully written games. I know people don't like that Joel died off so early. I get that, but also for the rest of the game to happen, like for Ellie to go on this revenge hunt, which again, I feel like that is just well written. I mean, from it affecting her personal relationships to like her talking to Joel when Joel isn't even there to like, you know, just killing all these WLF people. I mean, that's nuts. But just doing all these, like, and I mean, I couldn't tell you why it's so well written. I mean, it just is. I mean, just with everything that happens in between the days, you know, the introduction to like the WLF and the Seraphites. I do like that the Seraphites are more of an Abby threat than an Ellie threat, so it kind of diversifies the gameplay for both of them. I know you do fight the Seraphites like once or twice maybe. I don't even think you fight them a second time as Ellie. I think you do only fight them once, but yeah, you only fight them once. But I mean, just at least knowing them, and then you're like, fuck. Like, I feel like that's just awesome. I feel like that's just kind of what made the show a little weird to me. Was, again, show spoilers, Ellie telling Dina what Joel did. I would never, I genuinely, I don't think I would ever be able to forgive Ellie for that. If I was Dina in that situation, I don't think I would. Because you just told me that that man, that, again, I thought was like a father figure to me, or like, you know, a parental figure. I guess not necessarily a father figure, but someone to look up to. Because that's all Dina knew, I guess, again, in the show. Like, this person, and I mean, even I think Dina in the game, you know, she cared about Joel. It wasn't nearly as deep, though, I don't think. I'm getting hungry. Sorry, my head is starting to, like, fuck. This is why I was going to be shorter, because I literally just came back from the gym. Literally just got off work and then went to the gym immediately, and then I was going to stream, so that's why it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one today. But, see, like, I feel like that's why my thoughts are getting all flipped around and, like, fucked up. What was I just saying? Dude, like, see, that's what I mean. I already forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh my god. Yeah, I think after this round or two, or at least I'm gonna stop ranting, bro. Oh my god. Okay, what was I just saying? Like, literally just talking about. You know, let me turn down. You know, actually, I'll just turn it down on my headset, actually. You guys should still be able to hear it, though. I was literally just fucking... Bro, I should not be playing like this. If I can't even remember the last thing I just fucking said, like, that is wild. What the fuck? Why can I not remember? Actually, it's probably because I'm playing again instead of, like, trying to think about it. I mean, I think I was just talking about how well the game is written. I do understand that people didn't want Joel to die so soon, but again, I do like the shock factor of it. Like, I mean, shit, you don't even know who Abby is, and then it just happens. Which, again, I think that is another thing that the show did not do correctly. Fucking getting a flashback of Abby immediately and giving her a reason behind this and giving who she's going after. I mean, even in the game, you can kind of infer. You can infer who she's going after, because, I mean, there's not many characters they could be going after realistically. Like, when they're talking about, oh, you think he's in there? Like, in Jackson or whatever, like, I feel like there's a handful of characters that you could probably, like, that probably came to mind when she said that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's kind of obvious, but then, I mean, it actually happening, you're like, fuck. And it just kind of showed, like, yeah, he didn't have plot armor because he was, you know, the main antagonist of, or protagonist of, you know, the last game. Like, the shock factor of losing someone that close is like, damn. And not knowing and then playing. Dude, I feel like, again, people shit on Abby's, like, side. Her side, I feel like, isn't even that bad. I feel like it's fun, to be honest. Like, what the hell? Like, even when I initially played the game, the first time, I, like, didn't mind playing as Abby. Like, I was like, okay, bet, okay, interesting. You know, being able to see multiple perspectives of how everything went down and everything is just, like, I feel like awesome. I do kind of understand the show. Why is my shit paused? Oh god. I do kind of understand the show giving us a flashback, telling us why Abby did it, because then we're gonna have to wait like a year plus or whatever the fuck to get season 3. But, big but, I feel like they only did that because they really do believe people are stupid as shit and media literacy is like dying. Because, like, I don't know, like, if you have to straight up tell the audience this, like, bro, that is fucking crazy. Like, again, even in the game, I know, like, now I'm just ranting about the game versus the show, but in the game, you can infer, just from how everything goes down, you can infer that it was revenge. You don't exactly know for what, but you know it's revenge. And, like, it's pretty obvious because they call him by name. They say Joel Miller, so obviously it's someone that Joel fucked with in the past. And then, on top of that, she literally says, guess who it is. She literally says, like, he's literally like, who are you anyways? And then she's like, guess. So it's, again, I feel like you could kind of infer that it's revenge for something. Like, I feel like the not knowing was the good part. You know what I mean? Like, because you could even say, like, because if you played both games back to back, you would probably assume that it was just the Fireflies coming after him. Like, honestly, that's probably what you would assume. Is just the Fireflies came and, you know, killed him. Like, they took their revenge. But figuring out that it is truly personal, like, it was her dad, that makes it so much better. I don't know. I think both Abby and Ellie, beautifully written characters, beautifully written game, very awesome overall. I feel like, I mean, honestly, comparatively, what other zombie story game do we have? Like, we have, like, Dying Light. But if we're being so fucking for real right now, Dying Light, that story is, like, mid at best, I feel like. Maybe, like, a little bit above mid, like, decent. But I feel like it's not that good. It's just, the gameplay is where Dying Light is at. Like, the open world, parkour, like, zombie slashing, like, that is Dying Light. Like, I feel like the story isn't what people, the story is not what people talk about when they talk about Dying Light, and that's for a reason. You know what I mean? Oh, hi. Good. I'm ranting about The Last of Us and Dying Light. Well, actually, 99% of this has been The Last of Us. So, hardly Dying Light. Actually, I was just talking about the show, like, recently, but most of it I was just talking about the game. Yeah. Huh? I was, but I forgot. And that's also why I was even saying on stream that, like, fuck, I should not be playing like this, because I literally was in the middle of a sentence talking about something. I got distracted for a second. I completely forgot what I was saying. Like, and I was like, bro, I should not be playing like this, because, like, my head is starting to hurt because I'm hungry and shit. And, like, yeah, I'm just not feeling that great. But I was even saying, you know, I just came back from work and freaking the gym and everything. So it's like, you know, like, literally after the gym, and now I haven't eaten for, like, 2 or 3 hours after that. I ate a little tiny snack, and that was kind of it.
I'm gonna bring you a tangerine.
No, I was just gonna wait for the food. But I'm thinking I might just fuck around with this thunder gun until it runs out of ammo, and then end there, probably. But yeah, I'll just continue with what I was saying. I mean, I mean, yeah, just kind of continue off the point. I mean, Dying Light. I literally just said this. I mean, no one really talks about the story with Dying Light for a reason. I mean, gameplay is fun and all. And I mean, I'm not the type of person to play the game like over and over and over and over again and like get all the legend levels and, you know, like really level up your character. Like, I have even tried. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Damn, I got fucked up. Or maybe I'll die and maybe that's how I'm streamed in. I don't know. I'm not that type of player. I'm more so kind of like, I don't know. I play it for a bit, but I do get bored of it. Like, you know, and I feel like it's, I don't know how the fuck. Oh god. Actually, oh my god, I almost died there. I don't understand how people play that game for so long, because you like the slums kind of get repetitive to run around. I feel like, to me, at some point they just kind of gets repetitive to just run around that area and just, you know, jump around, kill zombies and all that stuff. And that's why I tried modding it to you know, make it a little better. But even that, I feel like, to me, just didn't, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, like, I just get bored. And I even tried not the last one, what the hell? Dying Light 2, that shit is even worse because I get bored of that way quicker. And that's just because the gameplay is just kind of mid, to be honest. It's just not great. I don't know. It just, I don't know how to describe Dying Light 2. It's just like, I don't like the parkour. It feels really floaty, first of all, which, I mean, I feel like everyone talks about. Even I put it on realistic settings too, and it still just feels, I don't know. Leveling up just seems like a pain in the ass because of the fact that you have to get the inhibitors. You have to level up your element thing with killing stuff, which, I mean, sure, that's kind of cool. I did kind of like that, so you didn't have to do absolutely everything, and you actually got quest rewards, because that's the one thing that I didn't like about Dying Light 1, is the fact that, like, honestly, I just don't like that about generally RPGs sometimes, is, like, when you give me a quest, and then the quest, like, reward is just XP, or, like, maybe some currency or something. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, give me something, bro. Which is what I do think Dying Light did a little better, is they actually gave you, like, blueprints. They gave you, like, other shit. I think there are some quests in Dying Light 1 that give you blueprints, like side quests, not even main quests. None of the main quests did that, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, I liked that about Dying Light 1, but then it just, at some point as well, just still, even then, it just, the combat feels so fucking weird. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, I think everything kind of scales with you to some degree, it feels like, when you level up. I don't know. I feel like when I was getting stuff and, like, getting stronger, it just kind of felt like the zombies were still just tanking that shit no matter what. I literally never even got to the point where I was fighting, like, what do you call them? Like, the riot zombies, like the big fuckers that charge at you. Like, I literally never even got to that point in Dying Light 2. I got to the second, or to the central loop, like the big city area, but I didn't get much past that because I know I helped a little group survive. What the hell are these group of zombies doing? What the fuck? I helped a group survive, like, this outpost attack thing. I did something else, I think. And, like, see, I can't even, like, really remember. Like, I don't know. The story in Dying Light 2, dude, if the story in Dying Light 1 was not that memorable, Dying Light 2, I feel like, is even worse. I don't know. Dying Light 2 story was super weird. I do kind of like the fact that they were messing with it again, and, like, it made the mutations even crazier. Like, that was kind of cool. But it was like, yeah. I mean, them making it where you don't even need antizin, that I feel like kind of was like, what the fuck? I forgot why. Like, I know it's because obviously that virus doesn't like UV light. But why couldn't I see, this is what I don't remember, like why couldn't people in Dying Light 1 do that then? Like, because that would have solved their problems. That literally would have solved their problems, because one of the biggest things in the last, or not, why do I get to the last one? Dying Light 1 is that you're struggling to get antizin from Rise. But if that was the case, where you didn't even need to do that, then that makes that entire section pointless. Like, that makes getting the antizin from Rise actually pointless. The antizin drops kind of pointless. I mean, it is nice to have them, I guess, so that you're actually straight up immune, so you don't have to be in the UV light. I think it was probably just something to do with the mutations, with what the fuck the people were doing, probably. I don't even remember. But, I don't know. Dying Light 1 is kind of fun for a little bit, but then it just kind of falls off. The following for me, though, I don't know. Like, for Dying Light 1, that one, it kind of takes everything the last, or like Dying Light 1 was, and just kind of throws it out, because, like, what the fuck? Why are we playing a parkour zombie game in the middle of the fucking countryside? Like, what? That was like the one place I feel like they should not have gone, and they went there. Like, what? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they could have just done a different setting or something, but like it being like the countryside like it was is kind of what made it a bit weird. Just because of like that. I mean, like, we just couldn't do parkour anymore. So all the skills you put into parkour, other than the grappling hook, just weren't that useful, like, at all. And then you had to deal with the car maintenance, and oh my lord, that shit was just annoying. Going from point A to point B was not fun, because you had to drive your car the entire fucking way there. So that was just cringe. Like, it's just like, I don't know, bro. The following DLC, I mean, I think the following DLC was interesting for, like, lore-wise. But then, even them coming out with Dying Like the Beast, I don't think I'm a fan of that. Because I liked the theory a lot more that he became, like, the Night Hunter. Like, that you can play the PvP mode against, you know, someone's the Night Hunter, or whatever the fuck you call it. And then, you know, the people have to destroy the nest, and yada yada. I feel like that was a lot more interesting to, like, have him be out there and he's in a PvP setting. But now knowing that he's just a fucking superhuman dude now, it's like, okay. Like, I know he was kind of there before, but now he's like, this was just to, like, shut up the people saying that Aiden would beat him in a fight. Because now he's definitely not. Like, oh my goodness. It's kind of nuts. And I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be my game. I don't think I'm gonna get that one. Like, it is cool. Like, I will admit, when I saw that clip, just from the trailer or whatever it was, where the big guy with, like, the rebar cement thing brought it down, he just caught that shit and, like, basically just dished it back to him. Actually nuts. Like, that is sick. That is sick, but I just don't think, I don't know, maybe if there's more gameplay on it, but I don't know. I don't know if there's actually going to be a story behind it. I have no idea what it would be. And I don't know what the hell they could possibly throw at him at that point to actually, like, other than just making up new, like, variants of creatures. But then, like, why are they mutating more? I mean, I guess you could just argue that they're mutating more because it's a, like, I don't even know. I feel like the last ones make sense because it's like a cordyceps fungus, but it being kind of like more like the rabies virus for Dying Light, like, why would it be mutating like crazy like that? I feel like, I know it's not exactly the rabies. Wasn't Dying Light's thing like a mutation of rabies though, I thought? So, like, why would it be mutating, like, by itself? That's what made Dying Light 2 interesting, was the fact that it mutated because people were fucking with it, and it mutated that way. Or at least that's what I think. Again, I can't even fully remember, because I haven't played the game in a minute. But, like, I feel like that's made more sense than if they just randomly are like, okay, yeah, I mean, it just mutated, and now, yeah, there's new variants of shit now, I guess. I don't know. I think I am going to just spam this shit this last round. Just get over it with 28, and then I'm going to get off because I honestly streamed longer than I thought I was even going to, realistically. Oh, yep, see, and actually, food is here. So good. That is a W. Okay, actually, I'm just going to get off now because I don't want my food to get cold. But, yeah, I mean, shit, I ranted about The Last of Us 1 and 2 for most of the time. And then, you know, a little bit of Dying Light there. But hey, I did give spoiler warnings at the beginning, so. Sorry for anyone that joined in the middle, I guess. But, yeah. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for dropping by and all the support. And I will talk to you guys later.